Hi, my name is No Toth. This is my Milestone 3 thermocouple experiment presentation. So first things first, I finished steps 10 through 11, not really with any problems. The only concerns I have are kind of the accuracy of step 11, just a little bit in the last values. Also the increase in the average of step 10, that one I'll show a little bit later, but just a little bit of an increase. The remaining work, I just want to ask my TAs about my data, make sure that everything's kosher. So here's my photo of my setup. Just simple, pretty much as was before. So my plots from step 10, you can see that it's just ever so slightly elevated from left to right. That's the initial temperature there. Might have been something about my room. Maybe somebody opened up a door, something like that. I repeated the data a few times and it still ended up kind of being weird. But I kept these because the steady state ended up pretty much being the same. And then also that curve, that switch from high to low ended up being very identical or very similar. So it seemed pretty good to me. Step 11, this was the average thermocouple value versus the measured temperature. And we can see that it is indeed a linear fit here. It's pretty just sturdy there, very high R value, which we'll get back to, but otherwise it's nothing crazy out of the ordinary. So answering some of our questions, is data reliable and repeatable from step 10? Yes, they reach very similar, if not the same steady states, with very similar, if not the same curves. So I believed it to be quite reliable and repeatable. And then from step 11, as I said, it is indeed linear, which is something that we should expect because the thermocouple just measures the temperature. So it puts it as a vague, unitless value. So if the temperature increases, that value should also increase by the same amount because they're not measuring, it's not apples and oranges, it's the exact same thing. So now we'll look at how I organize my data. So for step 10, pretty simple here. Just looked at that ambient temperature here, which we didn't really end up using. But then I also have trial 1, trial 2 with the average or with the recorded temperature up here. And like I said, 46 degrees versus 42. Must have been some sort of increase there. But then step 11, also very organized. So we have our ambient temperature here, which was recorded at the end. And then each data point with its recorded temperature, the average of the values, and then the entire values here. And we did that for 7 different data points. So very well put together, and that is my milestone 3.